Hey everyone, James here, and welcome back to another day of VEDS. Today I am going to be reacting to Guess the Childhood Disney/Nickelodeon Theme by the song from Quiz Bakery. Now there was another one that I was considering doing that included the big three, but then I just kept thinking about it, and I sort of realized that I was never that much of a Cartoon Network kid. I liked some of the shows, don't get me wrong. Powerpuff Girls I liked, Foster's, Camp Lazlo, Dexter's Lab, but anything apart from that was probably way past my time, and I wouldn't really know it as easily. But before we get started, I just want to let you guys know I'm leaving the link to the video in the comment section down below as well as in the description if you guys want to click it and follow along. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Guess the show from the theme. Oh, okay. Yep. Good luck. Thank you. Oh, Good Luck Charlie. That's Good Luck Charlie. Bridget Mendler. So I'm going to pause it right there. Good Luck Charlie, I remember, I actually liked it quite a bit. I haven't gone back to watch it, but yeah, it is kind of a shame that the mother on the show, Lee Allen Baker, isn't really the best person nowadays. Look it up. And again, I haven't seen the show in years, so I actually don't know if it would be good, but, you know, maybe I'll rewatch it. Alright, let's continue on here. Ant Farm. I think that sounded like China Anne McClain. So yeah, I'm gonna say Ant Farm. That's another example of a show that I remember liking. Don't know if I'd like it now. I've heard it's not very good, so, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll rewatch it, but I remember liking it, but, you know, the only thing I do remember is that Miss Briggs from iCarly was the principal. Alright, let's continue here. Kim Possible. Top tier show. Top tier show. That has got to be within the top 10 best Disney Channel shows ever done. The movie that they did, I mean, I didn't get too much into it. The kid they picked to play Ron, I think, perfectly nailed it. I don't know. It wasn't really my cup of tea in terms of the movie. Not so the drama, the reboot. I'm assuming that was also supposed to lead into an actual show, but that never got off the ground, or a sequel, which we never got, but, you know. Alright, continuing on here. Phineas and Ferb. Again, back-to-back top tier. Top tier. Top tier show. The music is great, the writing was always on point, and it's also interesting that, one of the creators of that show, Dan Povenmire, has apparently grown a huge following over on TikTok, so... Alright, continuing on here. The best anime ever made, Cory in the House, the spin-off to That's So Raven. That I will also say, for one reason or another, not currently on Disney+. What's up with that, Disney? Alright, continuing with this on. Oh, wait. That's the Penguins of Madagascar. That's the Penguins of Madagascar. A lot of people like to rag on the animation for those DreamWorks shows, whether it was that or Kung Fu Panda. I mean, it's not good, but, I mean, for a TV budget, I think it works, but, you know, everybody's got their own opinion. Let's continue on here. Hannah Montana. Best of both worlds. Yeah, that's gotta be what it is. Yeah. There, I think, will never be a show in the history of that channel that you can pinpoint as the gear shift for what the network was about. From that point on, a lot of the shows basically became a formula. Get a girl teen pop star who can sing, give them a sitcom. That's why they had to get rid of Toon Disney, which was a show that, again, ran cartoons and the old Disney afternoon block, and they made that Disney XD to appeal to boys, and they basically kind of did the same thing over there. But, you know. Haven't seen the show in a while, but I don't even remember liking it back then. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The reboot from 2012. Which I've seen bits of. I've heard it's very good. Not really much to say on that, though. I can't really say if it's good or not. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. That was not even enough. Oh, that's why. That was way past my time. That was way past my time. The only thing I know about that show is that Brian Stepanek, who played Arwen on Sweet Life, was the dad. So that's literally the only thing I know about that. So let's continue. Drake and Josh, which, again, is another show that Drake Bell isn't really in the best of light right now. So, you know, hold on to those memories of that. But, you know. The show was good, though. Drake and Josh was really good. Sunny with a Chance. Sunny with a Chance. Or as some of my friends would call it, the Chad Dylan Cooper Show. That's another show where I remember watching it, but if you were to ask me what do I specifically remember about it, I remember a few things about it. I remember Jeff Dunham appeared in an episode. I remember its spin-off or third season, depending on who you believe, was basically Disney's version of all that. And I remember the episode with Selena on it from Wizards, who played herself. So that's all I pretty much remember about Sunny with a Chance. Oh, wait. That's American Dragon Jake Long. American Dragon Jake Long. 100%. It's interesting they're using this this image for the show, because what I was going to say was that show has a very interesting history, because the first season kind of looks like it looks like a generic sort of American cartoon, but then for some reason in the second season they completely switched up the art style, and I actually think it looks a lot better in the second art style. It became more like Japan anime influenced. It's a magic night, the sky is all blazing. Nope. I got nothing. I got nothing. Winx Club. That aired on Nick? Okay. Sweet Life. Top 10 show. Top 10 show. Top 10 show. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Hot take. Spicy hot take. Sweet Life is better than the Sweet Life on Deck. I know people like Sweet Life on Deck for certain reasons. I always prefer the original show, because to me, the core of Sweet Life was not actually Zack and Cody. It was the hotel staff. It was Mosby, Maddie, London, Esteban, Arwen, Lance. The waiter's name, Greg, I think his name was Greg. Millicent, Mosby's niece, Nina, I think her name was Nina. They were the core of that show. They carried it. They carried it hard. A lot of the memorable jokes from that show came from them. So when you go to Sweet Life on Deck and they kind of switched it to being more about the students of Seven Seas High, granted it was still funny, granted it was still good, but I don't know, the magic was kind of lost on me. Again, hot take. Alright, let's continue here. Shake It Up, starring a very young Zendaya, who thankfully had a very good career post that show, because Shake It Up was terrible. Shake It Up was really bad. Me and my friends watched an episode recently from when I'm recording this, probably like a couple months ago. And yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't funny. A lot of the characters were annoying. The stories were kind of bad. Yeah, it's just, nah. Shake It Up is just not it. Let's continue. Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom. Created by another man who's had kind of a controversial history the last 5 to 10 years, Butch Hartman. Butch Hartman, for those of you who don't know, created the Fairly OddParents, Tough Puppy, Danny Phantom, He'll Never Let You Forget It. And yeah, he left Nickelodeon to try to start his own thing called Oaxis, which has to be 5 years plus removed from it at this point, possibly longer. Still has not come out, by the way. Where is it, Butch? And the controversy, for those of you who don't quite know what I'm talking about, is he left Nickelodeon to try and start his own thing, which he penned as being a family-friendly version of Netflix or Disney Plus, promised a whole slew of properties would be on it, including a lot of stuff he did not own or have the rights to, and put up a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter really wasn't going anywhere. Then in the last 24 hours, it exceeded its expectation. It surpassed its goal, funding it. Again, still hasn't happened. And then more information came out that Butch was leaning less towards family-friendly and more towards a Christian streaming service. Not that there's any issue with that, but he never disclosed it. And nobody who donated from the Kickstarter from his YouTube really knew that was his MO. And he still really hasn't apologized for misleading people. And again, it still has yet to come out. So I still like Fairly OddParents. I still like a lot of his shows, but my opinion on Butch, the man, has definitely gone down. But yeah, let's continue. Jonas? Yeah, nah, that's... Just because it sounded like them, I did not watch that. That was way past my time. Speaking of which, here's the Fairly OddParents. Fairly OddParents is still good. It's I think, Nickelodeon's second longest running show in terms of cartoons, behind SpongeBob, so... Austin and Ally. Austin and Ally. Towards the tail end of my time. But, towards the tail end. Even if... It was towards the tail end of my time, but, you know, I caught a few episodes. It's a Schneider's Bakery show. Salmon Cat. Salmon Cat. There's not really anything to say about Salmon Cat. It was better when it was two separate shows called iCarly and Victorious. Moving on. But they took a chance on the new... Jesse. Had to try to go through it. Jessie, otherwise known as the Nanny. Lilo and Stitch, the series. Lilo and Stitch, which was a good show, by the way. Let's just see if it is. I already know what that is. Lilo and Stitch series. Lilo and Stitch. A lot of those like 2000s versions of like the Disney animated movie TV shows were good. Lilo and Stitch was good. Emperor's New Groove, or Emperor's New School, excuse me, was really good. Though for some reason Lilo and Stitch kind of became like a catalyst because a lot of their other shows went to Hawaii. Like I know Recess did, Proud Family did, Kim Possible did. I think American Dragon Jake Long did too. So I don't know why the LSCU, Lilo and Stitch Cinematic Universe, existed, but it did. So, all right, continuing here. Victorious. I don't remember really watching a lot of Victorious, honestly. I was much more of an iCarly person, but I have seen the hour-long videos talking about Victorious, and I'm just gonna say it. The fact they got away with like half the shit they did on that show, half the shit they did, is kind of astonishing. They got away with a lot, especially what they did on the slap. Sweet Life on Deck. Again, I don't want to really repeat what I said before about Sweet Life, but I don't hate Sweet Life on Deck, except the movie for that show, because, man, that movie is terrible. But it's not a bad show. I just prefer Sweet Life on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody more. SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, do I really have to? You know. SpongeBob is interesting because apparently, like, there was a time where on YouTube a lot of people just liked to hate on SpongeBob. I feel like nowadays that pendulum has kind of swung the other way. A lot of people like SpongeBob now. I haven't watched a lot of the newer stuff, so I can't really say. That's So Raven. It's okay. That's all I'll say. It's okay. I don't feel strongly one way or the other. Really, the only thing memorable about That's So Raven was the musical episode. That's really all I can say. Wizards of Waverly Place. Top tier show. Top tier. I'll even go one step further. Top 5. In terms of live action, top 5. Wizards is great. Big Time Rush. Big Time Rush, I think created by the same dude who did Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I didn't watch it religiously, but I do remember watching an episode here and there. It was fine. It was perfectly fine. I think Ned's is better, but Big Time wasn't bad. Zoe 101. I've got nothing to say on it. I know it existed. I know I watched episodes of it. I cannot remember a thing about it. I don't know. To me, it's just unmemorable. iCarly. I mean, if you're gonna end on a show, I guess end on a really good, on a really banger theme. But yeah, iCarly. iCarly. Not the best Schneider's Bakery show. That to me, well, okay. Of the modern era, the best one to me is still Henry Danger. Like, I think that show's actually really good. But, yeah, so, which show was your favorite? Hard to say. Probably, I mean, between everything, probably Sweet Life. So, yeah. See if there's anything else in here, the video. Nope. Okay, so there you go, guys. There was I think I got pretty much all of them. I think I missed a couple. One or two. I would have to look it back, but if you guys followed along, let me see what your score was. And until tomorrow, I will see you later.